Okay. So. Let's go ahead and solve this merge thing. Okay. And then this new, let's see. In this new folder structure, I think, let's just make a new file. Evaluator. I kind of forgot why do we have like this, the parser.rs not in the parser folder?
It doesn't really have to be in the parser folder. So if you want the module to be called parser, you either call it parser.rs and keep it in source, or you call it mod.rs and keep it in parser.
Okay.
Either way works, but I prefer avoid having lots of mod.rs just because
For searching for
range in the tab list and everything is mod.
Okay, cool. So we'll have an evaluator.rs, we'll have a evaluator package in here, and we'll have
you can call it just test. Well, up to you.
Oh, right. It was named after this one was named after the fact that we called it tests expert as a module or something.
Yeah.
All right. And then we have our stray little bits of code. Good. Go here. See, what do I need at the top? Needs to know what binary operator means. Let's see. And then what else? The value, is inside here. All right. Let me try to run. I'll write like a basic test so we can start test. Start it with tests instead of random ad hoc. Okay. So Rust Analyzer is unhappy somehow because it's not yelling at me. Let me just try reopening stuff.
You add the test folder. Did you add mod test inside the evaluator module?
Here?
Yes, you did not.
All right, so.
Semicolon. Yeah. Now it should start yelling.
No. Okay. Come on, Rust Analyzer. We can do it. I saw it yell at me temporarily. It's like it's crashing somehow. It's actually been a long time since I updated Rust. Okay, it's trying to do something. Okay.
Well, it is showing you the light bulb, so maybe it's working.
This needs that. Okay, I'll just start writing some code and later. Rust will decide to finish compiling. All right, so this is right as long as that actually concatenates strings. Let's see. Not right. Shouldn't it be like a .2 string somewhere? Or two owned or something?
I think once you start adding string slice to string, you get string back.
Okay.
String primitive type. Yeah, if you add string slice to string slice, you get a string back.
This is not doing anything, so I think I'm gonna actually update Vision Studio code in case that's the problem. Okay. All right. Well, that's going on. Never mind. Already done. Really great more. Yeah, this is weird. Okay, I guess I'm expecting it to yell. Oh, maybe the reason it's not complaining is because we haven't added the mod evaluator. So it's like just ignoring that code or something. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. So where do I get all this stuff from? I need let's parser. I get the crate scanner stuff. So let me get the crate parser stuff. And let's see what we actually export. I at least need binary operator. Okay. And then let's see if expression works. And then doesn't know what this result is.
At some point, we added type alias to result, but it's nowhere near this module.
I don't,
So we need-
I remember talking about this. I think we don't want to use the same result as the parser because now we're at runtime, which means we can return the LOX runtime error instead of a syntax error.
That seems reasonable.
Yeah. Okay.
For that, we need to create the error type and make the type ls.
It's just in main. Let's just do it here again. Bang equal. Should we rename that maybe? Yeah, we called it not equal. Okay. Okay, that's new. Print the size type parameters may only be used with the FN trait. That's weird.
You using around brackets around option, it should be triangle brackets.
Yep. Thank you.
This one is a known issue with Rust compiler. So
are we just not returning any? Oh no, we're doing to do, so it should be happening.
We using to do, so it doesn't know which data type is it. So it assumes to be unit, and unit doesn't implement function expression to something.
Well, that's fun. Can we do unimplemented? Yeah. I guess that's probably the same problem.
It's the same problem.
Yeah.
So we need to implement one, but then it's not going to work either, because what we'll implement is going to be a slice, and different slices have different types just because different closures have different types just because how they implement it.
That doesn't work.
So it will complain about run types.
Okay.
I guess we need to rethink whole binop evaluator.
Need to what?
Rethink. We can try to return a reference to a function, maybe.
Can we just leave it until we actually do it?
Sure, but
like if the only problem is when you with the to do, and not when you actually implement it.
It's not going to work if you implement it either.
Oh.
So
okay.
The one way to implement it is to use closures, but different closures will have different types, so it's not going to unify. We can box them, and in that case, type is going to be the same, but it will come with some performance price.
I've seen.
I guess that's reasonable.
Yeah, I definitely watched some video about this a long time ago. Like the closures are implemented using unique types that you can't see at the except
Correct.
for internally. Yeah.
Okay. Correct.
Sounds confusing. All right. So this should be in the test. Do you know what that is? No. Okay, these parsing functions are private. Should I just export this from parser?
Sure.
Okay.
We can change what exported later. But for test, it's convenient. You can make it pub crate.
This thing?
So it's
Sure.
whatever you want to make public.
I also want it to only apply during tests. Try multiple times. Oh, okay, you already have it somewhere. You have it here, and then I duplicated it. Yeah, this is what I thought the situation was. Just find it the first time. Okay. So now do you know what this means? No. Okay, and now this function's private. Which in the parser, do you think just the new functions maybe should be public? This feels.
We need to change the macro for that.
That doesn't work.
Yeah, it's line 105.
That just makes them all public. Yeah. All right. Sure. Okay, I'd love it if it could compile. Let's see. Great. Okay. So you said if I implement it, the error the compiler is going to say is like
Type mismatch between.
not all paths return the same type or something like that.
Yes.
Okay. So I mean, how the hell?
We can try to return a reference to a function. So if you replace capital F with small f.
Okay. It's still impl? That's the-
Okay.
yeah.
Now it's okay.
So it likes this. It just doesn't like something here. Okay. Doesn't like that I'm moving the things. So just, you only need to reference them. I'll do that. No.
I think you'll have to clone something. Okay.
Clone. All right, yeah. I thought I just changed it.
No, you pass in references, that's fine. Why is it complaining?
Does this consume it? No.
No.
Okay. Does not implement the copy trait. Yeah, I literally just changed that, as far as I know.
Let's see, they changed pair of numbers. You changed pair of strings. We have pair of numbers.
Okay. Oh, okay. So it's complaining about this
It's
line, but
complaining
from
about
this line.
pair of, yes.
Okay. Great.
Here you can add some stars. F64 is copy.
Yeah. Okay. Now watch. Okay. Private type and public interface. No, the error type should definitely be public, I think. Right?
Yes.
Okay. Will it compile? Yes. Okay. So if I try to put something real here, is it gonna work? So
You need to return a function.
yeah.
So it's going to be.
We can call binary op evaluator from anywhere. Was this like we were gonna try to make it like a common helper function? We don't call it anywhere.
No.
I forgot why it exists.
Well, we need to perform very similar operation for this stuff. So we decided to factor it out.
So, okay, so we like replace this.
Well, you see what we did for plus. And that is equal, not equal. They should be very similar to each other. Well, I'm not sure what's the best way though.
Okay. I'll think about it a little bit. There's got because like this logic only needs to be in one place, I think. You can only add two things in one place. Yeah, what was the point? We evaluate the left and right. We,
So the division only works for numbers. Minus only works for numbers.
yeah,
Multiplication technically can work if you have string on the left and number on the right. Equal works for any. Why do we have equal and equal equal? What's the difference?
wait, is equal even a, like assignment equal even a binary operator? Let me see if it is in the
Well,
book. It doesn't
it
make
is
sense for it to
because
be. Oh, no, yeah,
was-
we've been over this. It's for the like, you know, A equals B equals 5 thing.
okay, those shenanigans.
Yep.
I see. In that case, it works with anything.
Yeah. All right. No, I don't think minus works with strings, right? That doesn't make any sense.
No. JavaScript will make it work, but I don't like it.
Well, I'm gonna make sure that actually is true. It's not a number.
Yeah, that's JavaScript for you. Okay, I guess we can do the same.
So no, I think it should be a runtime error. Let me. I think he actually does that here.
Hey guys,
Minus.
so let me interrupt a little bit. I know I'm a new guy here,
Yeah.
and I don't know the language, but I know what you want to do. You really what you want to do is create that to do is a function that returns a value. And that value is an unknown value or whatever, not implemented. That could be a string or something. But all you have to do is make to do return a value.
That's
Just that the binary operator plus returns a value.
yeah. We're gonna do that. To do is just a macro that says we haven't written this code yet, but make the compiler happy. Like pretend
Okay.
that we wrote the right thing here just for type checking purposes. So wherever it says to do, that's code we're gonna write, but
So that would be compiling.
mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. If we actually call to do at runtime, it'll panic. And say
Okay.
like, yeah,
Okay, fine.
yeah. And if you have any other questions about Rust, there are things that don't make sense when we're writing them, feel free. I can explain whatever. Okay. So what we're checking here is what locks does when you subtract two values at runtime. So excuse me. Subtract minus. How is it not in here? Maybe. Oh, I'm looking at the, okay, I see. I'm looking at the wrong chapter. Minus. Which. Okay, yeah, so what he does is he just casts it to doubles. And then if that cast fails, he just lets it fail in a in the Java way of saying like can't cast this to a double. Okay. So it only works for numbers, in short. Equal anything. These have to be truthy. So he had this helper function is truthy. For figuring out whether something can evaluate to true or false. So it's the same, I think. It's gonna be the same for all of these. No. These are logical operators, and then these have to be numbers. Handles that. Yeah. Yep. Okay. All right. I'll forget about this for now, because I'm pretty sure this function does the same thing as what we're about to write in here. It's just like pulled out into a helper. So I'll just write the logic, and then we can figure out how to organize it later. Okay. Minus. Division. Location. All right. This one we'll get back to. We need to write another function for figuring out whether two things are truthy, I think. We can follow the same format, maybe. Okay, so he has this helper is truthy, which takes value and returns a bool. Maybe, I don't know if we need this. Maybe we just need a way to cast a value to a bool effectively. With but like an option. Yeah. Truth value. So if it's not truthy, it'll return none. If it is truthy, it'll return what it should be. Okay. So his thing is truthy. We're gonna match B. It looks like what he does is already pretty much this. So it's not just whether it is truthy. It's also, yeah, okay, never mind. I was interpreting it wrong. So match the value. If it's a value nil, so it's not even an option, it's just a regular bool. So if it's a nil, then it's false in walks. If it is a bool, then return the bool. Otherwise, return everything is truthy. True. Okay. So that means I think this check can't fail because every value can be cast to a bool, right? Like everything either is true or false when you put it in this function. Let me see. Okay. Where are your, okay, you have this thing. Okay, another helper. What do you actually call is truthy? Okay, so for unary things, call it. But you don't, okay, so he's not calling it to figure out whether something is a valid thing to pass into equals or equal. So this is, I just need another helper function. Okay, don't need that. So this will take this, and it will always return a bool. I believe. Okay, so the way he does equality is two nils are equal to each other. Nil is equal to nothing except for nil. And then he's deferring to Java's equals. So how do we do that? We can't handle these cases, and then I have to figure out what Java does if we're going to actually match the language spec. Maybe we can mostly. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Does Java, it would compare the object, the class would have to implement the equals, and then any parent classes would also need to implement the equals all the way down.
Yeah, something like that. And yeah.
What happens if we just compare the values we have?
I think that'll be fine. So
except for maybe truthiness. But other than that, it should do the right thing.
Well, I don't think 3 should equal 3. I don't think that should be true.
JavaScript disagrees with you.
I mean, the thing that this handles is it'll error if you pass in different types. So one's a string and the other's a number.
Oh.
So
the pattern match, yeah.
So yeah, we just have to match them and verify that they're both. I think what we need to do is like add an additional thing here to make sure they're the same type.
You can just make a pattern match, and for each branch compare the values, and so type match parents A, B.
Sure. Okay. And then this will expand into like.
Yeah,
expand
let
into
it
everything.
expand.
Okay.
Get rid of all those combinations where types are different.
Yeah.
That should be a runtime error, not false.
Except for nil. Yeah. Okay. I'll figure it out case by case. So if they're both a number. Both a string. This might be like a reference or something. So that.
References is what we want.
Okay. Okay, so he's handling if A equals nil specifically. So this is nil is equal to nil, true. If A is nil, then false.
I think we can just set everything else to either false or you can use underscore for branch with nil and set it to false, and the runtime error for everything else.
or like this whole thing.
Yeah. I think that will do what he has. I wonder how it works if A is not null, but B is null.
Yeah, exactly. So that's relying on sort of the order of operations here. I think that's so you can call some value, some non-null value dot equals a null value, but it's probably a different Java error if you call null dot equals, which is why he has to do this.
That's horrifying.
I agree. Object orientation for no reason. So I'm guessing what it'll do. Okay, maybe I'll just find like a, execute Java online, whatever. Then I'll figure out what it does. Okay. All right. So object A equals 3. I don't know. Hello. Object B equals 3. A dot equals B. Go. False. Okay, it's not an error, it's false.
Yeah, it should check the class first and see like what you were saying that it would do a type check to see if the classes match.
Mhm. Yeah, that's sort of like what JavaScript or Python does, which is what sort of
Yeah.
like the vibe we're going after with this language. Right. So that's not all right. Then no, that's JavaScript being weird. That's correct. Okay. So because these things it's not a runtime error. It is simply false. I think that's the behavior we want. All right, now let me try. So null just works the same way. It's also false. And let me make sure my theory is right about why he had to do that other case. Yep. You get an exception if you do null dot equals. Okay. So if all the cases where we have, so we don't even need to make an special exception for this. It's basically just all the other cases that we haven't covered yet are false. Okay, I think that's correct. Okay, and that means not that one, but this one. Okay, are you happy with that? Call them left and right. Okay, left. Okay. Okay, and then how do you do 4? How do I even search? Does he just not do it here? Okay. He doesn't do it. Okay. Why not? Okay, I guess we'll just, let's see what we should do. I think it should just be a bool, which is truth value of left or truth value of right. Okay, now what?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, I think we have it, except, oh, greater numeric comparisons. So this one will be, it'll look like this, except returnable. Okay. All right. Excuse me. Maybe next time I'll start writing a test for this now. Let's see, this seems to compile now, so maybe we can actually test it. Test eval. Okay, it passes. So we can add. Let me subtract. Nope. Oh, because I didn't change the result. -1. Okay. Cool. What else can we do? 3 3 equals 3. Three equals 4. All right, and then mix a type. 3 equals quote 3. Yep. Okay. Cool. All right, some more sophisticated tests, but I'm happy with that. Right. So do you think it's even worth like refactoring this? I think this is pretty self-contained.
Don't know, seems reasonable.
Yeah. Okay. So the only thing left here is the next chapter, which is figuring out all the stuff with state, like managing the environment, what variables are in scope, stuff like that. Because that controls identifiers. Later we'll get to classes and then equals for assignment. So cool. We will get started on that next time. I'll get rid of this thing.